Dating apps, do we need to tell you about them? In the digital space, such apps have been on the rise. The number of people who use them in search of a companion have increased too. The dating pool has expanded. And as online dating activity increases, so does the probability of some treacherous and life-threatening encounters, unfortunately. So how safe are these digital spaces? Can they ensure a secure and authentic experience? Is online dating industry facing a massive overhaul? Let's find out. A study by the Australian Institute of Criminology has revealed that almost 3/4 of dating app users have been subjected to sexual violence in the last 5 years. That's 3 in every 4 persons on a dating app in the last 5 years. Doesn't inspire much confidence, does it? You may want to consider this before you subscribe to an online dating app or service. To call these revelations shocking would be a gross understatement. For many, what was meant to be a date with a potential partner or just a casual meet cute proved to be a traumatic experience. For some clarity, let's just take a look at the numbers here. A survey of nearly 10,000 app users found that 3/4 of the users were victims of sexual violence, while 1/3 had experienced in-person abuse perpetrated by someone they'd met through these dating apps. And 27% of the respondents reported incidents of sexual assault, coercion, drink spiking. That's not all. Nearly 20% of those reported that they'd been victims of sexual health abuse, also at times known as stealthing. What does that mean? It's simply sexual intercourse without protection, without the consent of the partner. The research found women and LGBTQ+ people to be particularly vulnerable to sexual violence. No surprises there. Among heterosexual respondents, nearly 80% of the women reported some form of sexual violence. The number among heterosexual men was at 61%. Let's talk about the LGBTQ+ respondents now. Among women, the number was at 87%. For men, it was at 79%. And of the 79 non-binary respondents, nearly all of them had been victims of sexual violence. These aren't isolated incidents. Dating app users have experienced sexual violence online and in person multiple times from different perpetrators. Needless to say, there are growing calls for dating apps to ensure better safety guidelines and embed more efficient background checks and mechanisms. After all, the onus is on them to provide a better experience for their users. It gets better though. Nearly half of the victims were either unmatched or blocked by their abusers. Some even deleted their profiles, a sleazy attempt at absolving themselves. Not being able to access their profiles makes it that much harder to report. So the study has made some recommendations. It suggests that apps should prioritize safety by putting in place easier reporting channels, thorough and stringent ID verification to ban perpetrators, censorship of explicit images, and also suggests that apps must also store the history of conversations between the users to help the victims present them as proof. Catfishing, reports of unsolicited pictures, unwanted remarks or sexual innuendos aren't uncommon. But this latest study puts into perspective just how perilous navigating these digital spaces in search of a companion can prove to be. And while the talking stage can be a little awkward and requires a great deal of patience, it may help to just hold out on the romantic rendezvous for a bit longer to ensure that your right swipe is indeed the right swipe.